Yes, she says yes. She's on her way. On her way. Hello to the new viewers. We're heading for the English live stream part, and with my special guest and dear friend Jane Celia Hatch. And I'm excited to have her in my live stream. And she is on her way, so I'm waiting anxiously that she will arrive. So, and meanwhile, how is everyone doing? And also, welcome to the English speaking peeps, people. Okay, yeah, well, maybe I can introduce Celia until she arrives here. Well, Jane Celia Hatch is, well, I'd love for herself, of course, to do the introduction. But she is shamanic healer. I think she's also the first and only with a certificate in a specific university in America, in the US, and she is journalist. And she is sadly enough put on the blacklist because she got confronted with that she wanted to address in a certain country about some things which were not going totally legal. And this is why she was put on the blacklist for journalists. And that is a sad story of about also targeted individual. And that's a bit a summary. So, did you click? Yeah, I'm excited. I have a bit like nerves in my belly, butterflies in my belly, like. Yeah, I'm just excited to. Wait, copy link. So and Jitsi does work very well in my experience, and I'm so glad that now I go live after, well, at least a couple of months that I was offline and no longer live. That it's still, and I'm already now a bit again used to go live, and with the Prism app and live stream app. The only thing is that I have only one monitor. And the other one broke down just a few weeks ago. No, last week. Many things happened last week. So, oh, no. Waiting for Jane Celia Hatch to enter the room. Please stay online, dear people. She is arriving in a bit. Yeah, Yvonne, see you later. Have a great evening, and thanks for hopping now and then into the chat while you have your evening. So, well, you can always rewatch it later on. So, okay. Don't see anyone. Yeah, I'm now waiting for Jane. So, welcome everyone for all the dear people. I together with Jane will talk and reveal the project I'm working on for several months now, at least 6 months. And for me, very dear to my heart. It was always a heart wish of mine. And not only is it a special project, but I think if it's into the world, that it can be very breaking news. But maybe as I've said enough, I've said too much. So, Waiting for Jane. She's re-entering. Okie doke. Okay. Yeah, I did send you the right link. That would be very funny if I would have given you the wrong link. No, it's the right link. Yeah. Okay. She is on her way. Jane Celia Hatch. Yeah, I wish I could play some music, and I don't dare to. And for all my followers and subscribers from abroad, welcome. I hope you have a bit of patience to wait for Celia to enter. And she's on her way. I don't see her yet. But it's weird. I still don't see you, Jane. Mm, so yeah, and how is everyone doing? I've been I haven't been live, of course, in for several months. Um, is Jane. Oh, she's restarting the PC, her PC. Okay. Some technical issues, but that's all right. I will give a summary a bit about how I was doing last couple of months. I got confronted. That's in English. I told the story already in the Dutch hour a bit before this one. And yeah, that I was a couple of months. Yeah, actually, I did plan going live earlier, but I was confronted with that all of a sudden of the passing of my front mom, and that was end of July, I think. No, beginning of August, and it was on a Saturday, and I was totally not expecting it, because I was just on a Saturday just doing my things, and still recovering from that ID theft. And actually, I was already feeling a bit better, and more with energetic vibes, and just yeah, I felt more becoming active, and I was starting up my physical exercises. I did the dog walk, and I walk the dogs. Not only that, but I'm also taking care of the house of the owners of the dog or the cat or several cats. And then I take care of the plants, the house, a tiny bit of household stuff also, because I like to have a bit, yeah, a nice clean house. So I do that automatically. And then all of a sudden on that Saturday, there was a small an official post office car came on the driveway in front of our house. And then the mailman stepped out and at the doorbell, rang the doorbell, and there he was with an envelope, official from the government here, from justice here. That is the symbol with the justice. I forgot exactly what department, but it is from the government. Very official deliverance of that letter. And I was shocked because it triggered my past, because I come from MKUltra. So I'm always vulnerable for that. I'm being triggered when I get something from authorities like the government or something else. So I felt like, what did I do wrong? Oh, and I immediately had to think about all the theft, ID theft. Like maybe the ID thief maybe wrongly accused me of something, and I get now an accusation officially with a letter. And in America, it is like that expression of "you have been served." That's how it went, and I had to sign for it. So I was totally trembling, and I still remember how I felt, like I did something wrong. Well, then I opened the letter because I had to, of course. I wanted to know, what was going on. And in the letter there it was mentioned like your we think it is your mother, or not we think it is your mother, but they found me because no one else was the how you say that, the children of the children. and that I needed to accept sign something if I would accept the heritage and everything what comes with it. And I had to think about that because first of all, it was a total shock to see in a letter officially like that the front mom died. And I learned later on that she passed very alone, very lonely. I wish no one to end a life alone and and she was also mentally, she had Alzheimer, so she died alone, and that hurt when I heard that later on. But yeah, she did so horrific things to me that also my other siblings also took distance. I did not know that, but I heard that later on from the sibling I made contact with, which was also a whole thing on its own, in a roller coaster, and yeah, it was triggering, incredibly triggering, and 23 years in between when I met my dear sibling, which always kept dear to me. So that was quite something. But now I have contact with my sibling again, and that's the good thing what happened. So yeah, I hope Jane is now almost here. Let me see, because she had to restart her computer. And yeah, that happens with these kind of things. Tidik Jesse says the live streams is something not fine. Yeah, you mean with the running or the technical stuff, Tidik Jesse? Well, all sorts of it. I mean, I get a lot of disturbances as well with connection. But yeah, let me see what Oops, that was hiccups. Oh gosh. Oh no, Jane. You're kidding. I hope it's okay, Jane. I think you can hear me. But Windows chose to update my computer at this time, she says. That's what Jane writes me. Oh gosh, it's taking forever. Well, the computer takes the right timing to. I wish computer says no. That the computer did that now. Like a computer says no. I wish. Oh, interesting, Jane. All these disturbances. I'm cleaning it up energetically. I mean, we both are healers, so we just clear up the energy and let everything flow. So, dear people, are there people from abroad? How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fine. I wasn't live for quite some time. I'm very thirsty. I'm sorry. you, you hear the swallow of ASMR of drinking me tea in the evening for the Netherlands. Yes. I try to speak English, but I'm not so good at it. And I try to swallow very silently, but of course, it doesn't work. But, yeah. Maybe there are people who like the ASMR of drinking tea. It's a human thing, you know. It's a common thing which you do daily, drinking something. Tineke Jessie says, I hear you drinking. Yeah. Yeah, it's ASMR, Tineke Jessie. That's, I mean, a lot of YouTube videos are only about ASMR. So, And meanwhile, I'm facing here a window which is black because it's now, well, the sun is down. So I will now close the windows, but I'm not gone. I'll be back. And Jane is still waiting for the computer to start up. And the computer is of all timing is now starting up with updates. So oh gosh, yeah. Let's keep the humor in it. So I will close the curtains and then I'll be back in a minute. Yes. I wish I could play some music, but I don't dare to. Facebook has changed too much. It's become more strict with the TOS. So I don't want to be put offline or that I have to trim the video later on. So I'm anxiously waiting for Jane Celia Hatch. Jane Celia Hatch has also her own YouTube channel. So follow her too, subscribe. She's also being held down in viewers and in subscribers counts. We actually have the same amount of subscribers approximately every time. That's very funny also. Oh gosh. Well, dear Jane, I hope computer says yes. And not computer says no. I hope computer says yes to starting up, please. Gosh. Uh, are you watching the live? Me trying to be funny. Waiting. Anxiously on your I still have to laugh. Arrival. Lol. Yeah, you hear what I type. I'm very transparent, so yeah. So to come back to well, I use a lot of humor always with how I see life and how I cope with also intense circumstances. But of course, that the front mom died and that I heard that official news. Yeah, it triggered a lot, but at least I got back a sibling, which 23 years I lost contact with him, her. I leave it a bit in the middle. How many siblings I have? Because, well, as many of you know, that my ID got hacked in April. So, yeah, waiting for Jane, Jane. I hope the computer starts. And I hope the computer has been updated. Yeah, what can I tell more? Look, I see here the whole chat. I'm so apologize. Hello, Luke, piano. Can you play on piano and then use sound for stream? Oh, Luke, yeah, Luke. How shall I pronounce your name? I tried to play piano in a live stream straight from your piano, and the sound is awful. It is awful. So I can try, but it is awful. I will not try to play now. I will not. It's an awful sound, and there are pieces out of it, out of the sound. So no. Otherwise, it would be a very great idea, and I would have done it. So thank you for the suggestion, and I do plan on trying to get the piano working with the sound, but I need a second microphone, I think. And yeah, again, I'm waiting for Jane Celia Hatch to um, for her computer. She had to restart her computer, and the computer said I needed to update, and the updates take forever. So, and I'm fixing now the lighting because I'm flickering. Well, not me, but the light. Oh my god. What about this? Is this better? This is not better. Wait. How about this? Well, it's a bit better. But yeah, I'm waiting for Jane. Hello, Jane. Where are you, dear Jane? Yeah, another update about me. I'm doing great, actually. Although it was intense time with digesting with, my grandmother's passing. Another thing is I do now at least 2 to 3 times the gym and fitness and swimming. So, and I love being in the water. Oh man, I enjoy it so much. And with people, everyone is nice. I meet only nice people. So, you are here. I'm on here. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. She's not watching the live. Okay. I ask now, how is the computer doing? Actually, still updating. And also to come back to doing the gym and fitness, it's so awesome to lift weights without resistance from inner personalities or inner traumas. Many of you know that in the deep state I was a military commander, and I was commander of, well, a few Delta teams, and I craved in all the live streams, as many of you know that I in a lot of live streams was craving and wishing that I could release again my the access to work out, and I did even in a yoga lesson, I did even the headstand in the first lesson. So, and I hope also that my shoulders get again the posture. So that's one of the great things of deprogramming, and that I feel that I'm whole. And you hear all these notifications, and that's Jane. I'm communicating with her now. I'm waiting to be let into meeting. Okay. Huh? Performance. Start recording. Can you open the link? Yeah. Shall I sing a bit? Yes, I did. I think she's in the in the wrong Yitzy. I think you are in the wrong Yitzy. I don't see you. Oh. Huh? It is very weird. So I don't know what is going on. I don't see Jane, and I have the full Jitsi open, and I don't see her. So, uh, what is this? I don't get it. It always works, and we did a lot of meetings with the Jitsi, and it always worked. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. Ah. Yeah, dear people, I try to fill the time with updating you all. That I'm waiting for Jane Celia Hedge from the US, and she has the invitation, and I don't know why, but and I will fix the lighting meanwhile. Yeah, it is what is, huh? Accepting. Tineke Jessie, is she coming online too? Yeah, she is. She's on her way, and she has the invite link, but I don't see her entering. And I've sent her the link, so I don't get it. Join the meeting. It's join the meeting, and I am here in the meeting. So oh gosh. Well, this is awesome, eh? Awesome timing. Oh gosh, I will fix that light because it's horrific lighting. Yeah, maybe I should go offline and go come back online, but that's loose. That's disconnected from entering Jitsi or not. She should be capable of entering the Jitsi. I don't get it. I still I don't I don't get it. Uh, well, dear people, maybe I will go first out and in the Jitsi again. So, but I don't know if I'm then offline. I don't think so. Oh man. Oh, that's sweet of you, Tineke Jessie. That piece maybe can help. Hey, Sunbeam Sting. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Jane is trying to enter the Jitsi, and I sent her the right invite link, and she's not entering. So I'm thinking of, wait, if I now go out of Jitsi and in and going in again, what happens then? So if you see a black screen for a moment, don't worry, I'll be back. I'm still online, so I will go now out the Jitsi and in the Jitsi. Uh, this is so weird. This 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 is too weird. This is really too weird. This is yeah, I have his phone number. I have his phone number, dear Tineke Jessie. How sweet of you. this. Um, Feel. Okay, now I'm curious if. Mm, okay. I will be back, dear people. I am on my way. You will see me within a minute, also online. I gave now a new link to Jane. Oh, oh, Tineke Jessie, you're so sweet. How are you doing? Send me besting Delveltje. Tineke Jessie, of course, already expressed her. Yeah, still so sorry for you, Tineke Jessie, but let me see. It's it's so weird. Uh, you clicked the link and then enter room
Hello?
with your name. This is. Yeah, she's there.
I can see you. I can't hear
Hello.
you.
Hello, Jane.
Crazy.
Great. Yeah. What happened?
Oh my gosh.
This
I
is.
can't hear you.
You can hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, I can hear you. But you cannot hear me. Welcome. Can you hear me? Now. Not no still not.
Let me see if I can fix the sound. Uh
Uh. Hello, hello, hello. So now we have to fix the
is
sound.
that better? No.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I see your studio looks really nice.
Ah, thank you so much. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, but you cannot hear me. You cannot hear me. um, Well, you're connect. Oh, you can't hear me, of course. Gosh. Can you hear me now?
Any sound yet?
I-
No?
I can hear you, but no, you cannot hear me. Oh gosh. I can hear you. But you cannot hear me. Can you put earplugs in?
Yeah. I can try. Yeah, I can try.
Yeah. Thanks. Sunbeam, Sting, Tidik, Jessie, and everyone who is watching. Can you hear me still? And can you hear Jane? So I love your feedback. And for everyone who's watching. Hey, Nobby Nobble. Indeed, headphones could help. I suggested that now, the headphones. Sunbeam Sting, yes, audio is perfect. Okay. Oh, that's great. So, all right. Both 5 times. Can you hear me now? It is
this seems to happen a lot, doesn't
yeah.
it? My audio seems to.
Everybody hears you and me very well on the live stream.
Oh, I can hear now, I think.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. I can hear you.
Yes.
Elizabeth, you never give up, so I never give up.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yeah. Can you see me?
No.
Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding.
I'm not kidding. Sorry.
Unbelievable. So you can hear me, but then I disappear.
I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
You must be. I think you're punch drunk. Oh my. You're tired. You're tired. I can tell. Where am I?
No, I'm not tired. I'm just. I think it's the excitement. It's just so funny. I told everybody that you had to start up your computer, but that the computer said yes to update. Oh.
Yeah, I know it had to choose then to update, and I would have liked to have thrown it out the window.
Yeah. By the way, here's a tip from someone in the chat. There are lovely people. They all help. Sunbeam Sting says, Jane, turn your camera off and on.
All right. I will try that. Wait, I don't want to mess with that one. That was my, let's see.
Is that camera symbol, is there no diagonal line in it?
No, there's no line in it. So it should be, oh my gosh. You'd think I was on the moon and you were trying to get a hold of me. Right? It's just like, what? All right, let's see. turn off and
Sunbeam Stings has enough. Still turn it off and on, the camera.
okay, where would that on and off be? Under settings?
Or plug it out and in.
Okay. God only knows what will happen then.
Well, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. But your sound is different from the camera, isn't it? So we can hear you. And Luke says, good idea on-off on YouTube. So we have viewers.
Okay. We could start with just audio. Because that's a big deal that we got this far.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what video is saying.
People can hear you. Yeah. It's a pity that the camera isn't working. But that's at least better. Yeah. Is it better? Yeah, they can hear you. So it's a pity that the camera is not working.
Well, I'll keep fooling around with it maybe while we're talking. And maybe I'll find myself.
Or another USB portal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that helps sometimes too.
Okay.
And otherwise,
I am so. You knew we needed to try a run.
It's maybe I can explain to the people, dear Jane, that you had a pretty tough day with your tooth, huh? And that's why we couldn't do, dear people, this is why it's a bit chaotic. It's just circumstances that Jane had toothache and she had to go to the dentist in the emergency treatment. And this is why we couldn't do a pre-talk. We had planned it, so. But it's lately, it's lately that camera or the audio doesn't work with our Jitsi, and it should work. It's very interesting. But at least we can hear you, and sound is good. Can I ask that to the people? Like,
sound is very good. Yeah, and I apologize again. Wow. Usually we don't have a problem with the camera.
No, but because how did you do it? Can you go out the Jitsi and back in without doing anything else?
Well, the last time I did that, they decided to upgrade my computer, so I don't dare.
The Jitsi only out of the Jitsi. So go push the phone on red, leave the meeting, and then enter again. That has nothing to do with the computer. Oh, she did it. Gosh. Yeah, I apologize, dear people, but this is a live stream and this is a live chat. So I hope you have the patience. Please wait a bit, because we will do an incredible, for me, precious, big reveal of our secret project, what we're doing. And Jane does the works for it, in which we will explain. But please be patient. And I see now on the viewer count on Prism, 888, 3 times 8, abundance, 888. So wealth. A wealth in that the Jitsi will flow and will connect. Hopefully it will work now. And there is Jane again. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, I see you. Can you hear me?
Well, do we still have audio?
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Video. I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me.
You can see me now, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I can't hear you. So I don't know what is going on here.
What is this?
Maine. Uh,
I wish I could see what you have in your settings, because if you press the three dots, the three horizontal dots, then you see more actions, then you see settings. And then you choose in settings.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, hooray! Well, let's do it as if you just entered the Yitzy room. Welcome, dear Jane.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me, Elizabeth Wallace. Thank you so much. I appreciate your confidence in my technological skills.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. And everyone waited patiently, so I'm grateful for everyone, and also for everyone who tried to help with the settings and with the suggestions.
Yes.
So
yes.
Well, okay. So how would you like to start? Maybe it's good. Maybe you first introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Jane Hatch. I live in the woods behind me. No, joking. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico, in America. And as my description, she wrote out, I'm a journalist, a former journalist, and a whistleblower journalist, and a screenwriter, creative writer. I just wrote my own memoir, and but I'm also a healer, a shamanic healer, a Reiki healer. I do remote viewing. I'm also, a survivor of MKUltra, and what I'm discovering, and I discovered even more this morning, Elizabeth, because of your healing, are recovering from SSP as well, secret space program and MKUltra. So, I'm a writer and a healer in America. And also I've been a journalist. I have a degree in journalism. So that's how I started out, was in writing for newspapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty much who I am.
Yeah, you were put on a blacklist, huh? Weren't you?
Yes, I was. In Maine. It was late '80s, and I was a journalist for a newspaper called the Kennebec Journal in Maine, in Augusta, Maine, and I was covering all mid-coast Maine. And there's just something about me. I just seem to get myself into trouble. I'm always looking for the root of everything. Elizabeth, I dig and dig and dig and to find the truth. And you're so great. You never tire of it. You always go right there with me, no matter what questions I ask. You're always like, yeah, let's do it. In this particular case, I got into Maine Yankee, which is a nuclear power plant, and they were dumping into the Wiscasset River. And so I started covering that for the newspaper. And I think that got federal eyes on me then, but it wasn't until I started covering a company called Bath Ironworks. It's run by General Dynamics in Bath, Maine. And they are the biggest supplier of nuclear armed. Here we go, nuclear again. It's our connection too. They're America's biggest supplier of nuclear armed destroyers. They built a naval ship called the Arleigh Burke destroyer. And of course, I had to get into that. I started out by just covering sexual harassment that was going on there. And it really was going on there in the 80s. I covered the first female electrical design engineer at Bath Ironworks and what she was going through and the harassment. And it was like, caveman style. It was back when it was really, really bad. And then and I wrote a screenplay, and I did an expose for the newspaper up there on their treatment of her, which did not earn me any points with General Dynamics, which is a big, big company and tied into the feds. And once you get involved in the feds, which is the Navy, you're in trouble, you know, if you're a whistleblower, because they have so much power and influence. And then you get the FBI and the CIA. And then I got in even deeper, and I found out they were using like faulty parts in these destroyers, and I started to cover that, and that they were spreading this toxic chemical throughout the town called Black Beauty. Every night that these poor men, they called them grinders. They would have to hang down the side of the ship from cables, and they would grind off the paint all night. Like, it took them so long to
Wow.
build the ships that they had to be painting and grinding it off at the same time. Very hard to explain, but anyway, it spewed the dust. And so I would go out in the morning and just wipe my finger across my car, and it came up with this like black strange dust, and I was getting health problems. So I covered that, and all of a sudden one day, my boss told me, we're shutting down the Mid-Coast section of the paper. Didn't know why. You know, they had picked up in their the people that were reading it and picking it up, and I knew my stories were good. In fact, they were too good. I was probably the only journalist in Maine that would go up against those companies. I just had it wasn't so much fearlessness. At that point, I was completely naive. I thought I'd get a hero's welcome, or some a monument named after me. It's like, no. So that's when my life had been pretty bad, hard before then because of MKUltra, but that's when I got targeted by the feds, and I could not get a job in Maine, and I started to become hit by directed energy weapons.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a whole story on its own. Eh? I mean, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's many stories in this one story, but that's where I've always been an investigative journalist in that sense. I always want to get to the root of things, and
Yeah.
I think in my involvement with MKUltra and learning about child sex trafficking and the royals and my connection to Princess Diana, all of that really, we were destined to meet. There were so many parallels in our lives, and we also had the same goal, which was really healing. No, neither one of us wanted to go after anybody. That's not your goal. It's not mine. But revealing the truth. And so,
Yeah, we talk a lot about that, in what way the
yeah,
truth needs to be told, and I think I'm not speaking for you, but that's what we have in common. For me, it's so important that the truth is out there, and that there finally is transparent leadership, and that the dirt comes to the surface, and at the same time, yeah, it is not. I don't want to throw with names and and that's what we talk about a lot. That we both have that a bit like we want to get rid. We
no,
want to have the truth out there, but I'm not someone who wants to throw in that person is bad. That person is bad. But I do want to
yeah,
have the truth out and what did happen. And yeah, I can. Yeah, I feel it again when I
yeah,
say it.
yeah, yeah. You walk kind of a fine line, because in a big sense, you're a monarchist. Is that how you say it? Um, because you are royal blood. I think you want to preserve them, but
Mm,
at the same time, how horrific and how devastating their role has been in the world, especially with children
mm,
and war and trafficking and everything. So anyway, when we sort of connected, because when I first started writing the book, it was sort of about Princess Diana and my parallels with her, and the satanic. I realized that family courts have become satanic, and so I was writing about that. But I really feel like Princess Diana brought me to truth. I was running all around England looking for the truth for about 2 weeks. I
mm,
was going up and down the coast and asking people questions in Airbnbs and pubs, asking, who do you think killed Diana? And do you think the Windsor's behind it? And,
Mhm.
everybody basically said the same thing. My daughter Diana, who, yes, is named after the princess, we went from London down to Bourne, and then we went back up through Glastonbury and Avebury and Bath. And I very just casually started meeting people, and it was I was actually kind of being a journalist along with it. Like, what do you think happened? And without exception, everybody believed the Windsors had killed Princess Diana. But that wasn't really new. Like, I felt I was looking for something really deep and really
Mhm.
new. And that I was like, this isn't really new information. Like, everybody knows that the Windsors were somewhere behind it.
Mhm.
The BBC doesn't tell you that, and the Royal News and all that, but the people know. The people know.
Yeah.
So,
And you talked with
um,
them. Had to be clear because maybe can I ask you to I mean it's your passion to speak, but maybe the for me you talk a bit quicker. For me that's fine, but maybe there are a lot of people from the Netherlands. Maybe you can
okay.
slow down a bit
Okay. Yeah.
by
Um,
but yeah, you met them all in person. I mean, you talked with people in bars, in villages. That's so special about it.
yeah, it was fun, and
Mm-hmm.
it was investigative journalism. I was also acting in the role of psychic, because I would go into buildings where she had been and do psychic readings to see if I could get some information,
Mm-hmm.
through items. And I just went to museums. I went to her home at Althorpe. I drove along a road where she used to ride her bike to a bakery. We actually ended up staying at a bakery that turned into an Airbnb where she used to go
Oh,
as a
yeah.
child. And that's when I was really tuned into her life with her mother, Frances,
Mm-hmm.
and what had happened in the custody battle. I think it was 1969. There was a horrific custody battle, and Frances lost custody of her children based on the testimony of her mother, Lady Fermoy, who was number one lady, whatever that's called, to the Queen of England, your mother. But still, I felt like I,
Oh, you're so. There she goes. That's Jane. She just.
yeah. They all your people know this, right? Do they know everything we're going to talk about?
Well, not really.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Then all right. So I'm going to break this news, I guess. So I was led to Elizabeth. I found you primarily. I was Googling Princess Diana, and I found you on, I think it was Rumble or BitChute, and you were talking about Princess Diana, but then you started talking more, and
Mm,
I realized, okay, so the biggest breaking news in this book, which is really profound and could have global consequences, is that you are the bloodline daughter of Queen Elizabeth II. And that is the biggest, most profound information that this book is going to break. But it's
mm-hmm.
not just that that's your bloodline. You were inside Buckingham Palace for a lot of your life. You knew Prince Charles. You went to Kensington Palace a dozen or more times. You were very close to Princess Diana before she died.
My dearest
You
friends,
pretty
yeah.
much knew you pretty much knew the last words she spoke. You knew more about her than I would say anybody, even Paul Burrow, who wrote Royal Duty, her butler. Nobody knew more about her than you. And that was shocking to me. That was shocking. So, your inside view on the royal family, Princess Diana, and what was really going on for you and Diana, is profound. And we're just hoping to find a publisher brave enough to put this out there in the world. Your goal, I know, is not to name call. I would like to name call all of these people that Prince Philip, Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth, Mengele. I would like to, what they have done to children has to stop. So, and that's our primary goal, is to expose what they did to you and why you were born. I don't know if you want to get into your father, but that's profound. I'll leave that up to you.
Maybe not.
That is
not well. Some people
maybe then
can guess, but maybe not for now. Mentioning literally. I must say, it does a lot to me, of course, because you say it now out loud. That does a lot to me. That you now. Yeah, I don't know. I must say, I was preparing this live stream like I will be guided by God. And I know that this truth has its moment that it will be spoken out, that it goes into the world. And now, you did it. And I'm laughing because that is the nerves.
But, when we all thought Andrew Morton's book, Diana, we thought that was an expose. Nothing compared to this. When we thought Martin Bashir had revealed the biggest secrets, nothing compared to what you're going to reveal. And on and on and on. Nobody really knew what was happening to Diana behind the scenes and how she was being used. And that is, I believe, something we're going to expose, because I think she wanted it exposed. Otherwise, I don't think she would have led me to you, because you are the insider. And it's one thing for other people on the outside to be confessing what is going on with the royals, but for you to be of a royal bloodline, telling us, the whole world, what is happening, that could have profound effects globally, because because other people can say, well, I think they did this, or I might, even victims. There's a lot of people, a lot of adults right now, Jeanette Archer and Chantal Fry, and there's just, there's a whole list of them. Not to mention Arizona Wilder. They're all saying the same thing that you're saying, that they were forced to participate in satanic ritual and child trafficking. So their testimonies are profound, but yours will be is more profound. I have it all in hundreds of hours. Maybe it's 50 hours. I don't know how many hours of testimony.
I must, maybe even more in total, because I think you are really the only one who knows all the details.
Yeah.
Besides now two persons in my life. So, it's very special. And not to interrupt, but there is in the chat, you might not see the chat because you're...
No, please, questions, please. If anyone has any.
To everyone, if you have questions, then go ahead. And I also will put a link to Jane's YouTube channel. You are also on Rumble, but I will also do that in the end of the live stream. Then I will put all the links and in your YouTube channel. What is Jane channel name? Yeah, that's Jane C. Hatch, huh? Or Jane Celia. Hatch. Yeah.
Celia.
Jane Celia Hatch. I will put it in the chat. Hatch is YouTube. Okay. And lots came by in the chat. I will scroll a bit. I have to do everything. You know that, Jane. I know you know that, but you have been in the live streams, many of the live streams. Let me see.
God, there's
Yeah, I will first do the questions. Otherwise, it's undoable for me to do everything. so, so I
do whatever
apologize.
you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Does Jane have a link? Eliza John. Welcome, Eliza John. Does Jane have a link to follow her on social media? Yes, she is on YouTube. And I put it in the chat. And later on, I will also add it in the chat where you can subscribe to a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Sunbeam
and I
Stings-
have a
Yeah.
website is Jane Celia Hatch. Yeah, I can go on the chat too, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the chat of the Jitsi. But if you
okay.
you could, do you have a phone or another device or a tablet? Then you can open Twitch or YouTube where the live is, and then you see the chat.
Oh, okay.
But then you have to put off the sound, the volume.
I think that might get too complicated for me, and you might lose me if I start playing around with anything.
Well, my experience with guests is that it's also a lot to see the chat, and I also had to get used to see the chat come by. And
yeah.
I think for the concentration, it's better that you just be you. And
yes.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from that. You already blew out the news, the big reveal.
It's funny that you say that because I have heard you make reference to it publicly for a year.
Yeah.
So you would use Queen E, maybe you would veil it a little, but maybe this is the first time we have come out and just said, this is the story. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
She is the daughter of Queen Elizabeth
I am the daughter of Queen Elizabeth II. And that's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, and I mentioned that in a lot of live streams, I am craving for that someone is going to test me with DNA, a trustable source.
Yes, we want.
I'm
just
fully want to know 10,000% if it's true. If it's one who wants to have the proof, it's me.
We put that out there. Anybody that's willing to come forward to do DNA testing, please do.
Yeah, but it needs to be trusted, and I need to be guarded. Then, that's just honest fact. That's the only thing. But I see now in the chat here, Sunbeam Sting asks, "What's the name of the book?" That's interesting, huh?
Well, we have a working title right now called Royal Hearts. And it is comprised basically of testimony about Queen Elizabeth and ElizabethWallace, her daughter's relationship with her from the moment you were born and into the Yellow Room.
Mm-hmm.
And ElizabethWallace remembers her mother, the Queen, singing Old Man Joe to her, right? And you watched her earrings dangle. So you had a very long, very deep, very complicated relationship with her.
Mm-hmm.
And
it sounds weird
talking
and not to interrupt you, but I for me it's important to say that I know that whatever people think, that I feel and I know that she went back to God. So went back to her, and that she knew that I would survive, that I would have the strength to survive, and that I would go for love. And I am not a hatred person, and you know that my front mom died, and although she stabbed me in the back, even without knowing me for 24 years, with an extra stab in the back, I still sent her love and forgiveness. But for me, it's important that I know that Elizabeth, my mom, went back to God, and that's all part of God's mission and the line of this godly road of the world, of this world, of this earth, and that all things come together in that she knew that I had a purpose and that I would be capable of sending out that message of love. And I think she wanted me to survive also, that she somehow on being level knew that I would send that message out, that she would be back in God. You know what I mean? I maybe say it too complex. I'm sometimes so
No,
complex.
no, you said it very well. She knew you well enough to know that you would stay centered in love long enough to survive and to
Mm-hmm.
get the truth out
Yeah.
about her. In
Mm-hmm.
the end, I mean, as well as you have revealed the atrocities along the way,
Mm-hmm.
you have also said that at the end, and it always amazes me how you really emphasize how she went back to God. I think it's admirable that
Mm-hmm.
you stay in this place of love about her, because I know everything that she did to you, and
Yeah.
I think I know most of it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, it's another reason I know that you are who you say you are, because you have a very unique ability to be on this planet right now in a place of love, when you have been tortured most of your life and you're
Mm-hmm.
still in a vibration of love. I also, I can psychically read your energy field, and but also everything you say, the things you have said, no one could make up. It's just like me, I'll be listening to you and my jaw will be on the ground, and you'll
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like,
Of course.
what?
Yeah, I remember in all these interviews that happened almost literally,
Yeah.
and I saw you look at, okay, stop now. And for me, it's so natural. And I am myself, you know me, in the interviews
I
as
know.
well,
Yeah.
which we did in
Yeah.
secret without anyone knowing. I can count it
Yeah.
on one hand. Only two people in my life knew. And that I am me. I am also myself now. I am who I am. But yeah, you blew. I sometimes don't even know what I say because it's so it feels
Yeah.
natural to me, and I know that
Yeah.
also from here with my dear
Yeah.
friend. That yeah, it's very special that you're here, Chow. By the way, and to hear you say this, yeah, it touches my heart. It's
Well,
yeah.
good. I'm glad I finally made it. And I just want to tell everyone that I'm probably here because of long distance healing. Elizabeth did on my tooth. I don't know if you were live streaming at the same time, Elizabeth, but I've been struggling with this tooth for a couple of months, and it comes and goes. And I said, I don't know if I can do the live stream today. And you say, well, I'm healing it now. I'm healing it now. And I went, okay. Yeah, I don't, she's a force to be reckoned with when she wants to do a healing. And I'm so grateful. And
Yeah.
so I realized that all this torture pain was in that tooth, and you released it. So I've done a lot of emotional healing today, and also
Mm.
loving, just loving that inner child that was so tortured in SSP,
Wow.
which was, there must be so much in our roots from our childhood. But anyway, I'm
Mm.
here. I mean, I also took an aspirin and a Tylenol, but I don't feel any pain right now. So
Wow.
that's,
It's so,
you
yeah.
you have
I am
amazing
amazed.
healing.
I am amazed how vibrant you look. I mean, I applaud you for that you are capable of being in the life now because we are live. That you know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm better than usual because it was a healing. I've released something. This
Mm.
poor little girl, that was just
Mm.
dying for attention and love from me, was sort of in the roots. I guess I didn't want to let it out, but maybe it's the full moon eclipse coming out. Towards a full moon, things
Mm.
are pulled out, but right after you started the healing, I could feel the tears, and I could see, I had an image of her as myself as a little girl, and how tortured I had been in the secret space program. And
Mm.
um so, I mean, I don't know what the next step is with the tooth. I may just get it pulled anyway because it's damaged. It's
Mm.
not just, it's got some, but anyway, I don't want to go on about the tooth, but I'm here because of you. And I do feel really good because I think I've also both grieved for this child and embraced her. Like she
Mm.
needed love. She needs love so much, as you know from your
Yeah,
childhood. But
I recognize it. It's
um,
moving that you share this. So I'm grateful
okay, good.
yeah, that it brought this up to the surface and that you could heal that inner wound. So that's,
Yeah,
and you're sitting here
yeah.
now. I mean,
Between the tooth and all the technology was like a
yeah.
circuitous route.
Yeah, and
But the
by the way, I realized that we mentioned that maybe it's good to for also the maybe people who now drop in that the big reveal is also that Jane is the writer of the book. So
yes, I'm writing this book.
yeah,
I am writing this book, and it's just about written. I had to do a lot of reweaving to get your information woven in with the theme, and it sort of is like three threads now
mm,
woven together with one main cause. It's you, Diana, and myself as sort of a third character with overlapping life issues and life challenges and healing. But another thing that I think you agree with me, I don't know, but we feel, or you feel, that Queen Elizabeth left specific instructions for you about the role she wanted you to play, and that it is
hmm,
locked in a secretary in Buckingham Palace.
there is
And
proof. Hmm.
that if that was found and revealed, did you feel like she wanted you to take a leadership role? And is that in that document, or is it just your birth certificate?
I think specifically the birth certificate and who I am, and that is the truth. That is
Yes.
that is overall that was her purpose, and also I feel that it's my feeling to that she had the feeling of now I want to give back what I yeah, because she did also the horrific things to me, so it was also to
Yes.
give back what she took to a kind of how do you
Yes.
say that in English? But for sure a kind of role or that it would certainly do something in the world. I mean, I realize that, and I'm also a bit nervous because
Well, yeah,
it's quite something to say I am the daughter of Queen Elizabeth II. That's quite something. And
it
people
is. It is.
can find me a fool, can find me I mean I did come across in all the live stream. This is why I never mentioned her literal name. And I'm not even talking specifically about the identity of my biological father, because I will be, yeah, I'm of course scared of being seen as a fool, as she's crooked, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always certainly with a past like me, and this is why I every time say if someone recognizes me, please come forward.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes, that's the other thing.
I know they know me, and I myself don't doubt, because and I told in all the interviews many details, which I told you everything. Also, maybe I sometimes had the feeling like I'm so in the flow of talking very naturally that I sometimes even felt like I'm saying too much. Is Jane still believing me because I was from one detail to the other to the other
Yeah.
detail with my memories in the
Yeah.
palaces with Diana, and I'm so honored
Yeah.
that you write a book specifically about Diana, because that's where it started. That's where my heart opened for you. It was about my dear friend Diana, and I also feel her now. It was my dearest friend, next to also my dearest man, who is also not physically here. So I bump into that as
Mhm.
well. But it is so. I'm so honored and moved that it's out now, and thanks to you. Yeah.
And Diana, because I think she guided me to you.
Mm,
And God, I think that played a big role. And
mm,
our mutual concern about ending child trafficking. We haven't talked a whole bunch about that, but
Mm,
that's one of the core components of the book.
yeah.
And also, I mean, I know you've said, and it's pretty clear to me and a lot of people, that the Windsor family, as it stands, is very corrupt and very evil. And we have no idea at this point what has happened to Catherine Middleton. We know that Diana was murdered, but the way they are functioning and in the state of England right now with the poverty and,
Mm,
you know, I think you mentioned that they were corrupt back to Mary, Queen of Scots, that there was so much pedophilia and incest, and that if you were ever to have some kind of leadership role, you would be the same blood, but you would be non corrupted. There would be a restoration of the
mm.
pure bloodline.
Yeah, and I
And
don't say, yeah, and I must say I don't say that too, that it's about having a pure bloodline. Now I want to have, I'm so for, that sounds maybe weird for people, but I'm for justice, leadership, and
yes,
monarchy,
yeah,
because look at all the presidents worldwide. I mean, who of
yeah,
them are good and true, transparent and good? I think it's about the royal heart, and this is why I love the title of the book. I still love it,
yeah,
by the way. Royal
yeah.
heart. It is not about my bloodline. I hope to finally that something does change in the world, and
Uh,
I hope to have a certain impact with that. If be first of all, if there's one who wants to be proven that I am the daughter of Queen Elizabeth II, then it's me. So a DNA test, I call out for DNA test also to which you maybe too much too often, that I tell you, if there's one who wants DNA proof, it's me, because then if it's not, then I can say,
mm,
okay, I was wrong. I feel it's the truth, but then I withdraw fully.
right.
But it's yeah, I say too much maybe in a lot of sentences, but for me it's so
No, no,
important
no.
that the true, I love, I always loved that stories about kings and queens, and I know there was a time when kings and queens had a true royal heart in, and I know a lot about, for example, the true symbolism of a throne, of the symbolism of sitting on a throne, of wearing a crown. There is a lot more into it, which I cannot go into depth because that's too much. That's not for now. But there is a certain history and purity and goodness in, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you told me once, you know, that God did want there to be spiritual rulers, but and you said they need to be on the throne for God.
Yeah,
You know, the original, when I say pure bloodline, I just mean those that were still connected to God
yeah,
would should be restored to the throne, because
exactly. Yeah.
you don't want a president, you know, they are no better.
Mm-hmm.
So if there could be some uncorrupted um leadership, like you keep saying, and justice and truth for humanity, for
Mm-hmm.
women and children, I think that's, you know, we've always had that mutual goal too. I think that's why it's so comfortable and easy for us to do interviews and to talk. And you know, we nothing really catches us up for too long because we're on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
um you said a few moments ago, if anybody, you know, knows you, and then there was one person we really like, would be Colin, the not the bodyguard but the chauffeur, who was Princess Diana's chauffeur, chauffeured you back and forth to Kensington Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love it if he could come forward to speak to you. And because identification would be huge right now. His name
Oh,
is Colin, right?
if only would be one person who recognized me.
Yeah. That dares to come forward, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them, they were perpetrators. So there's a lot of famous people who recognize you, but they don't want to come forward because it would reveal them as a
Yeah,
perpetrator.
that is the complexity. And also I know that speaking of, I'm speaking also for me it's not important who is specifically evil or comes from evilness. For me it's important that evil can change into goodness if it's in and with God, in co-op with God or with the Creator, however you want to call it. And I should not lose my thread, what I wanted to say, but I forgot.
It's okay.
I'm so
Another major thread in the book is MKUltra, which I didn't realize was so insidious, so far-reaching, having affected the whole world as it was imported from Nazi Germany, after World War II, and all of the children that have been affected. And I mean, it's like every single system in our world is now affected by MKUltra, whether it's political, religious, all of judicial. And that's what my book is about, is how it's affected the judicial system. And most judges are very corrupt and are under MK, some form of Satanism or MKUltra. But that's a major thread, is how, and they were supposed to, in America, they were supposedly outlawed MKUltra after the church committee hearings, but it just went underground. They never stopped. It increased in its severity and its breadth all over, Dulce, Area 51, all over New Mexico, where I am. I know. I mean, the things we could talk about are, well, they're all going to go into the book, but maybe, we can do a series of interviews on each of these subjects, but it's all going to be wound together in the book, because I think it would be one of the most profound books of this era, that what we're revealing, what is really happening behind the scenes to the children, the royals, all the elites, everybody's involved, and they're living with a lot of technology. They have technology. We're living like Fred Flintstone compared to the elite with their time travel and duplicators. And so that will be revealed too, that they are not showing us, they have med beds. It's huge, what you're revealing to the world. So,
and by the
I'm
way,
really,
not to interrupt you, here we go. I have it with Dana too. We're so enthusiastic, and I want to let you talk. But in the chat, I do see some questions come by. Is it okay?
yeah, yes, yeah. I'm done talking.
Oh, welcome, Kevin Carrison. I hope I pronounced it well. And welcome everyone on YouTube and on Twitch. But I saw a question of Sunbeam Sting. Question: how long did it took for her to write the book? For you, the question for you.
Well, before I met Elizabeth, I had worked on it for about 2 years, and I've been working on it since I've been interviewing her. But everything she says is so I'm like, what? I have to reintegrate it into the main theme. So it's taken a couple of years, and it's going to be a couple more months.
Okay, and then Richard the Lionheart used to say, "From the devil we came, and to the devil we will return." Richard the Lionheart used to say, "From the devil we came, and to the devil we will return."
That is the truth in a lot of cases on planet Earth right now. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. That is a reality, not for everybody, but it's a reality right now. Sadly.
It is very sad how. I stopped even watching more the news, because it's just going on in the intensity, also in the energy today as well, was such. Did you feel it as well today? An extreme day of intensity. Well, you had your tooth.
I'll say,
Oh.
say, my tortured child jumped out of my tooth.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty intense.
Yeah, but I have here a question. Just a few questions, and then we will continue. Sunbeam Sting, and again, thank you for the question, Sunbeam Sting. Do underground entities also are like a hive mind they use to control important people?
You can answer that because you've seen that yourself, entities controlling humans.
Do
I know you
underground,
have.
yeah, entities also are like a hive mind they use to control important people? Well, that too, yeah. There are all so many versions
Yeah.
that it's too broad and to even go into the details. But yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing that with technology too, not just like Dracos and the reptilians, but now with artificial intelligence, they have the science and the technology
Yeah.
to control anybody's thoughts. They can access your pleasure centers, your pain centers, and very much control us through AI. But yes, they say that on the highest level, the elite on the highest level, the 13 Illuminati, are controlled by a Draco species.
Yes, yeah, there again there is that's that's true too. I also had to think about the inner earth. The inner earth
Oh
has now
yeah.
a major role and influence, and not only in the negative, but the inner earth. I think maybe coming years will more, maybe proof will come to the surface, but I hope. I think I feel the inner earth is now very influencing. Can you relate to that?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're not talking about deep underground military bases. You're talking about
No,
something else.
literally the inner earth. There is an inner earth.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a whole other subject.
You've
Interesting
been
subject.
you've
Too
been
many topics.
everywhere.
Huh?
Is there anything that they want us to talk about, in specifically Diana, or is
In the
there?
chat? Well, by now that's the question of you. Like, yeah, throw in the questions, dear people. We love questions. There is another question here from Tineke Jessie. Why is William now wear a beard? Oh, that's the Dutch king. More royals wear a beard now. Why are they doing this?
That's a really good question.
It is a good question, Tineke Jessie.
Because everything means something with them, and I've done 2 videos now on what I feel like has happened to Catherine Middleton, and I think that you probably know this, Elizabeth. And you believe the same, that we've both psychically seen that she's no longer with us. I've seen it through remote viewing, and you've seen it, that she's not here, and who you're seeing. One is just a girl that, the one that appeared at the tennis match. If you look at her very closely, that is not Kate Middleton, but there's some belief that William is responsible for her death. So and that's very, very, very complicated. But if you know the royals, like Diana's death was planned when she was born. So for them, they could have been planning Kate Middleton's death when she was born, or when she married William, because she fulfilled their purpose, which was to have the children. And they no longer need her. And I think I saw psychically that she knew too much, and she was going to try to reveal it. I think you might have seen that too, Elizabeth. So I don't know whether William is trying to become somebody else behind the beard. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't want to be him either.
Yeah, and maybe it's good. Maybe, yeah. I'm always, how I am. Like, if you mention too many names of the royals, I'm also a bit. always a bit careful in that because the TOS is the rules are so strict. So to prevent from that YouTube
Yeah.
will just and here in the Netherlands it's not the best country any longer to say everything, and I have always trouble if there is mentioned too many names, then
Yeah.
I have to speak
Yeah.
out from my heart, but
Well, you can cut that. Do you know how to cut it
yeah, I
from the
know,
film, from the video?
but it's a lot of work to cut, to trim
All right,
and cut.
I'll try to keep. I see. I can't keep my mouth shut. I gotta stop.
Well,
Okay.
I wish you should not. You should not have to.
I
It's
know,
me.
but
It's
it's
me.
a
People who watch.
reality. It's a
Yeah,
it's a reality.
yeah. I know. Yeah, it's sad
Okay.
that
Next question. Next question.
Let me see.
You
I-
haven't said anything about William. I hogged the whole answer. Do you have a response about why William's wearing a beard?
well, I'm not sure if I want to answer that for now, but
Now you have to, because now it sounds so interesting.
is it?
I don't know. Everything you say, I'm like,
Yeah, let me think about that. Yeah.
all right, okay.
It's a bit. I'm living in the Netherlands. I'm a bit careful now, but maybe it's my fear because you have revealed a lot about me, huh? You're maybe not aware, but it's the first time that it's being mentioned publicly.
Can you give us a clue of why you think William is wearing a beard without saying anything?
Mm. No,
No?
well, I do feel to show a certain casualty,
Okay.
to radiate
Gotcha.
something as image.
He's cool, he's calm, he's relaxed.
The Dutch
Okay.
guy, yeah.
No, Prince William.
Oh, Prince William. Now, we
Yeah.
have also. Aha. Yeah, you see, I did not update anything about. I did not know he was now wearing a beard. I did not follow the news.
Yes. He
Oh.
looks like an American cowboy, like the shadow, they call it, the next day shadow. He's
right.
looking like
I feel ashamed.
kind of rugged.
I feel ashamed that I did not check British royalty before this live stream. Can I cut this out of the live stream? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is really me. I just follow how I feel and my energy flows, and I follow that.
Yeah.
So, and I had a pretty intense week, so I did not check anything on them.
I know. It's quite all right, Elizabeth. You have volumes of information. You don't have to know that William has a beard.
I will for sure check out later on. But Sunbeam Sting says, question, just say a disclaimer at the end like, these are our experiences. It's not our intent intentionally hurt another person with our views on the world. Oh, that's a good one, Sunbeam Sting. And I also remember that I also have to then pronounce at times during the live stream that I think it is the truth. I think it is the case.
Okay.
That's very good, Sunbeam Sting. I thank you for that.
Yeah.
So
somebody's got to rein me in.
But yeah, what can we? Yeah, what further can we talk about? Which again.
Do they have any questions about Diana that you can answer?
Yeah, if people have questions about Diana, or questions for you.
Yeah.
Welcome for all questions. Yeah, what are Tini Jesse say? What are they hiding for us? Well, it's actually they. Yeah, it's one sentence like serving the darkness, serving the Dark Lord, serving Yeah.
It's very, very complicated,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not hiding it from a lot of people. I'll say that. There's probably 50 people that have come out to reveal that what the royals have done to them.
Mm.
But the big, huge story will be what they did to Diana, which no one knows. I
Yeah,
think we're
or
gonna,
people know and just don't dare to, because that's
yeah,
every time what I also feel like coming out with the truth, which did happen. I mean, it is horrific what has happened for too long. It needs to stop. And again, I feel like it's not my intention to throw like gossip, or it's every time, also now, every time I feel that dilemma, and I
you
can.
don't come across like that at all. You don't. You're just trying to tell a story and present the truth to the world. It doesn't, you're not going for clickbaits. I can see that.
I know,
Clickbites,
and
whatever they call.
yeah, and I truly mean that from the heart. I wish no one being punished. I wish they
I
all
know.
at the same time could deprogram, because I know that deep from within, a lot of them want to get the truth out, because then they can also. It's like a chain of reactions, and then they can connect. Like growing, and then that
Yeah.
force is getting stronger and stronger, and I hope that's maybe actually my goal, that it a goal one of the goal or purpose, like that it could become a kind of ripple effect, and then that they want to go into the back into the light and deprogram and rest, and then the influence of Satan and the devils also diminish. That's the only I wish no one evil back, no one, not even the evil ones. And that's always what always also gets me innerly in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, but you know me
So,
from all the talks what I mean.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do have another interview this week on TNT radio
Oh.
where yeah, that just happened, and I've been in such another world. I was like, I don't even know if I'll make it. I think it's the day after tomorrow,
Oh.
where yeah, I will be talking about the book and MKUltra
Oh
and
wow.
this breaking news.
Ooh.
Um, I'll get a link to you.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, and then can also share it on my social media, and maybe
Okay.
people would love
Okay.
to listen to it, because it's a podcast or an interview on YouTube or.
Um, it's TNT radio. I don't know whether it'll be just audio
Yeah.
or um video too. I've got to open it up soon too, just to make
Mm,
sure I know the steps and my equipment is
mm,
up to par.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that just came out of blue because the publicity director emailed me and said, "Would you like to appear on such and such?" And I said, "How did you hear about me?" And they said, "We saw an interview with you about MKUltra." So I'm like, I don't know which one that is, but sounds like something, I can talk about.
Mm.
So I'll give that to you
Yeah, I'd
to
love
put
to,
on.
and great, because this is also why we come forward. Huh? I can speak of
Yeah.
both of us. Like we are working with publishers, huh? And we want to send it out to more publishers, and
Yes.
um,
Yeah. If anyone has suggestions of publishers, they
yeah,
have to.
exactly. To have as many as possible sources to send the book to, and to get it out into the world, and
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I think we're both more than ready for that.
More than Yeah, I feel a bit in the waiting room for quite some time. It feels like that.
Yes,
But yeah,
I
with
know, me
everything
too.
what's now going on in the world and also in the energetic field on Earth and around the Earth and everywhere, yeah, I hope this maybe gets out there and maybe someone will know a certain publisher or maybe a publisher
Well,
is even watching, you know?
yeah, I think there's no doubt it's going to get out there. It's
Mm,
just who and
mm,
when. We
yeah,
both feel that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This collaboration didn't happen for nothing.
No, no, no. Because you met me the first time in my live streams, one of my live streams. I remember
Yeah.
that you hopped in the chat, said hello.
Yeah. I hopped right in. Yeah, you were talking about, I think, one of your visits to Princess Diana at Kensington Palace.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first things that clued me in to you.
Yeah.
And I've asked you thousands of questions since then about what did you sit on? What was on the table? What did you talk about? Who came in?
Oh, yeah.
Was it night or day? Was it fall or
Yeah.
winter? Because as a writer, you have to pull in all those details.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what
And
did she say?
yeah,
And
that was so
so,
great because you asked details like a true journalist, I must say. But it was good because you asked literally so many details that I sometimes felt like, oh, now I get challenged in my memories.
remembering
And then
it,
I
yeah.
sometimes got triggered with, oh, am I now saying the truth? But it just, you helped me even remember more.
Yeah, I remember all the details you went into. I said, "Well,
Yeah.
where did Colin pick you up? Where were you?" And you were like, "Well, it was in the country. It was like a manor. It was a nice house." And then you would get more and more detailed that there was a big staircase and there was beautiful art.
Yeah.
So we were able to put together a scene, based on what season it was, what time. It seems like it was always dark. And Colin would not say anything. He would tip his hat, and
Was
there was
guarding
not too
us. If I was with
guarding you.
Diana, I
Yeah,
was always, yeah, I felt I liked him. I just, yeah, I think
yeah.
I
I hope
mentioned
he
that
comes
earlier.
forward.
I somehow felt, yeah, I felt kind from within. That's what I felt.
Yeah,
I felt safe with him. Yeah.
and then he would drop you. You would go through the gates at Kensington, and he would drop you in the back. Well, he wouldn't drop you. He'd come around, right? Open, let leave.
He wouldn't drop me, no. No, that's a
Right.
very interesting detail because no one was ever allowed to be rude with me and towards me. That's so
Interesting.
that still is very mixed inside of me with recovering my memories. Like at the same time I was the heaviest protected slave and the most guarded one to never escape. And I was even within the MKUltra never allowed to talk with any other MKUltras. I was surrounded with the guards, like they intervened. So they protected me within the whole scenery. That's so bizarre, if you know what I mean.
So it's kind of a miracle that you and Diana were able to be together in private to talk, because they did not want you to talk. They did not want you to compare notes.
No.
But you did it. Somehow it
We
happened. And I guess
we managed to get a moments, and I feel that, yeah, for sure I was guarded by angels and by God, but I talk about that a lot in live streams, that I simply always had a guardian angel and who protected me. So but we managed, or for sure in the physical, Diana managed to keep to reserve a private moment that I could be there with her, and my memories are so precious in that. Like we would be together on the couch, and I would, like I always did, liked with my legs up on the couch. I jumped, I put off my shoes, and then just jumped on the couch and together like friends. And I must say, we always felt like teenagers together, like young
Yeah.
girls. Like finally, we can talk about the things we love to talk about, and
Yeah.
yeah, that is at least what no one can take away from me. Those dear memories with me and with her. So yeah, that's very precious, and it's so amazing that it's in your book. All these things. Yeah.
And would someone come to get you, or would she say, look at her watch, or how did these meetings end with Princess Diana? Was you probably had some sort of a time schedule?
Yeah,
Um,
and I always had to go out through kind of back door and always sneaky.
yeah.
And I remember that Diana always was looking in the hallway, like is there no one else?
Mm.
So that there would be no one in the hallway.
And how long were these not meet they weren't really meetings, they were just two friends getting together. How
Yeah,
long did they last?
not that long, not that
Like
long. Yeah,
an hour or two?
at the most.
And then Colin would take you back to the
The
house.
majority of times, yeah.
Do you know whose home this was?
Again?
Do you know where he took you back to? I'm thinking it was a friend of Diana who was helping you both, but she didn't want to be known or something. Who owned the manor?
Well, I remember often she stood in the shadow that it was a woman with a very tightened knot, and she was maybe when I was younger, maybe mid 40s in the 50s, and she never said anything, and she took care of it that I never could see her features very well. But she was very elegant, very proud woman, very small, tiny woman, bit chubby, but very solid. And she was always waiting and helping me to get out of the country without being seen.
That is a very interesting detail.
Hmm. I thought I
The
told you
shore.
already, but
No,
oh.
no. Well, we talked about the house,
Mm-hmm.
but we never talked about a woman, maybe the matron of the house or the owner,
Yeah,
that
and
she greeted you.
you
And
you know what else is an interesting detail, that she always smelled of bakery, like these fresh bakery, like it was always like she just made some nice bakery or something, sweet bread,
well, if the short,
custard,
stout lady with the bun that smells like croissants, would you please come forward to identify Elizabeth?
a custard pudding. There she smelled
The,
something, vanilla.
with the lady with the bun, short, very nice, stout, with a tight bun that smelled of custard, please come forward.
Yeah, please come forward.
That no, we never went over this. We could go on.
We
All right.
can go.
Have you had enough of me?
I never have enough of you. No.
I know.
No.
Likewise.
The only thing is
Likewise.
yeah. The only thing is that the one who lives inside the resident here is. Oh, I see. It's already 11:15. Wow. But we had trouble
Yeah.
with the audio. I forgot
Yeah.
to check what time we started. And by the way, when I re-upload this live stream, I will cut it in a way that it starts when you entered. So.
Okay.
But I will leave for tonight the whole live
Yeah.
stream up, because I'm not going in the middle of the night, of course, trimming and how you say that, trimming and editing the video.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
go through, but it's very special again to talk about Diana. It's for me so special that not even that I am now part of the story in the book, because for the people who are watching, this just was gradually entering the book more. It was not even my purpose to do that. It just happened, and huh? It went like that, huh? Like it was about Diana, the
You,
book, and but it's special that I can share the memories
I
with her. That's for me so special. Yeah.
well for a writer, um it's a enormous gift because I have a first person individual who has knew Diana
Mm.
and talked to her personally. I'm not saying so and so said that she said that she said. I have what they call, an original person that can convey first person interactions with Diana.
Mm.
And I mean, you helped me in so many ways. Like Paul Burrow thought the love of her life was Hasnat Khan.
Mm.
And you told me you really believed it was Dodie, and you told me why. So that there's just a lot of things that you've clarified because you saw
Mm.
them together. You
Mm.
saw Dodie and Diana.
Mm.
But anyway, we could go on forever, but
Yeah,
maybe it's time.
many
Yeah.
many things which goes, yeah, is close
Yeah.
to my heart, like that the truth is out there, that I saw Diana in her latest moment.
I
And
know.
this is for me apparently so important, and I don't want to get into the details because I cannot cope
Not
with
yet.
that. But it is
Not
so,
yet.
yeah, not yet, no. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
but I will go through the chat to a bit go off that memory. But it's apparently it's important for me that it's. But yeah, I get silent when I say that, and why do I say that now
I
in the live stream?
I
I
do
don't know.
I get silent when we talk about Diana too. Like
Mm.
everything else, we gab, gab, gab. But when it comes to Diana, we're both like very thoughtful or something. I
Mm.
don't know, maybe because she's here or something, but we always are on the same wavelength when we're talking about Diana. And it's different from when we're talking about anything else for some reason.
Mm. Yeah.
Any more questions?
I will go through the chat. Um, Thank you, everyone, by the way, for your comments. I
Yeah.
sometimes also decide not to mention it out loud because more names are being mentioned than ever in all my live streams together. So I'm a bit tensed about if it's being allowed by YouTube and by Twitch. So I apologize if I don't read it out loud, but I thank you so much for joining in the chat and commenting. And
Yeah. Thank you.
And
And
Eliza John says, "Do you know a Nathan Reynolds?"
yes, yes, I've been
He is also
following him very closely lately.
yeah.
I don't know him personally,
Mm.
but I've watched a lot of his videos recently.
Okay.
He's on CCSGT reports and a lot of other. He was on Imagination, but
Mm.
he's very interesting guy. Yeah, a
Okay.
survivor,
Yeah.
another survivor of MKUltra.
Yeah.
From the Reynolds family,
Mm.
Reynolds and Aluminum.
Yeah, it does ring a bell. Yeah.
Mm.
Tineke Jessie says, "Where is Diana? Is she alive or dead?" Well, I think I already. Well, she is no longer in the physical body. That's for sure. And I will not go into that now. It's too painful as well. Nobby's Lab is asked on Twitch question: Mishcon, Leather, and Henry, and was she pregnant to her Fayette? Huh? Mishcon, Leather. Does that? Well,
Did he ask if she was pregnant with Dodie's? Is that what he asked? Was she
I
pregnant?
had a feeling that it was the question. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, not for now. I think.
Yeah, Elizabeth has the answer to that, and she just doesn't want to talk about it right now.
No,
but she does have
book.
the answer.
Maybe
it's in the it's in the book.
Yeah. And that's not a clickbait, but it's for now.
No. It's that you are. This is not easy for you to talk about.
No,
So
and I'm very very much aware of I live here together with other people in the residence, and I'm always in the background of my mind. I am very aware of, is it dangerous what I did now? Yeah, that's a good question. Is it dangerous now? What now is being thrown into the world? So, and this is why I don't get too far now with, was she pregnant or not? You get what I mean, Jane?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you want to put a link to my book, I'll send you one. I'll send you a link to my book if anyone is interested. They can get it. Is everyone on the link from Europe? Mostly. They can get it from Amazon. They can get this from Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.com.
Yeah.
And, well, you can put all the information. You can send it to me, Jane, and then I will put it on my social media and later on also underneath YouTube. And I will now put your YouTube channel. I will do that now. Maybe you like to still say something, or do you have to add something for this first interview with you? It's so great that it's.
Well, I'll say it's been an honor to be the recipient of this information.
No.
I sometimes hope as men say, my shoulders are broad enough to hold it, because sometimes I feel like, the course of the world, or the course of the royal family, or this book, if it gets out, will have a huge influence. And every word I kind of like, is this the right word? Is this exactly the right word? So I'm really honored to be the recipient, and I'm hoping I'm doing it all justice. I think I am.
Yeah, well, for sure that you so full-heartedly believed me the first moment. That is for me so worth it. And a lot of people, I saw also come by a few people also in the chat who said, I never doubted you, and that was also in earlier live stream. I'm so grateful for that, and I say it often, but also to everyone who's with me with the live streams, even from the beginning, or it doesn't matter when you jump in. It is so amazing to be believed. That is, I have no words for that. Every time I'm moved when I get that back, and when you say that, I move too, and grateful, and I hope that this book gets a chance in this world of also, I'm of course very scared that I will not be believed, and this is why I also publicly every time say, then make it happen, a DNA test. Because I see now, by the way, a lot of people come forward who say actually that they're related to royalty or to certain.
I mean, we can bring it up now that Joseph Mengele, the German, the angel of death, they called him, was very much involved with genetic splicing and twinning and creating, putting royal and other bloodlines together. So it's crazy to us, but in that world, for them to get a royal bloodline slave was not that hard.
No.
And it was, you were extremely valuable to them, and they knew how to do it. They knew how to do. I mean, test tube babies is an old term now, but Joseph Mengele was putting updates on it for very sick reasons. I mean, he was the true evil in Germany, I think, according to what you've said. He was it.
He was. I hardly haven't met anyone who was more cruel than him, besides the head of the demons themselves, and that other one which starts with a P and ends with an R.
I know. I don't say his name anymore, even though I won't say it.
I don't want that energy also not on my channel, but. Mengele was really, and I am not scared of mentioning his names, because he's already for many years gone. And it's proven that he was evil. And
Yeah.
you're getting tired, Jane.
Yeah, I am.
Well, you have a new
And there's
subscriber. Hey, Nobby.
Yay, thank you.
Nobby from
Le-
England, from also beautiful
Elizabeth
England.
Elizabeth and I are neck and neck. She has 223. I have 222. They keep us at such low numbers. It's so funny.
That is, I mentioned it in the live stream before you entered because I had to fill the time that you were trying to get in. But that is so typical since we are busy with this project. And for everyone who drops in, maybe new, Jane is writing a book about Diana. Your own experiences and investigations about Diana and the royal family and me. I'm very honored again. But now I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh.
Well, I think we've said it all, Elizabeth. We've said it for now.
That's the big. That's the bit.
What am I doing?
Huh? The big reveal is Jane is writing the book, and it's pretty. You are pretty far with it. I mean, the concept is there. It's just.
Oh yeah.
And we're now trying to and we did already approach publishers, so it's fully in working progress. But we thought now we decided to go public with this news, and also, well, you mentioned it in the beginning of the live stream. My true identity. And that's all being fully in detail being told in the book. And yeah, besides that, you just write beautifully and in a great way of gradually. Yeah, I read your book. And it's so
parts of it,
engaging. Yeah, it's just a talent, I think.
Yeah, we need a publisher to keep. I do like the finance to keep me writing this book. It'd be great to get a down payment on it. That would take away enormous stresses. So we need investors in this story too.
Yeah, it's the poverty programming we're dealing with as well. But yeah,
right. All right.
And
well, thank you.
Asks still one. Nobby says, is the cover still going to be the same, Jane? Huh? Is the cover still going to be the same, Jane? The cover.
We don't have a cover yet.
No, we have a working title, which is Royal Hearts.
Yeah, we don't have the cover yet. No. I'm hoping it'll be Elizabeth.
Huh?
It'll be ElizabethWallace on the cover. It's going to be ElizabethWallace on the cover.
Is the oh
yeah, I hope so.
Oh, okay. Can I digest that too, please?
we're both dropping truth bombs.
Now I dropped my jaw. But you don't see me now. Sunbeam Sting says, thanks Ray and Jay for an interesting talk. Nobby says, so the book's out, then just seen bits of it here and there. No, the book's not out. No, but...
No, my book is out. Is that what he's talking about, my book?
Oh, maybe or it's about yeah, that is Crystal. What is the title? Your title is Broken Crystal.
The Land of Broken Crystals and the Girl Who Knew Too Much. This one is out.
Broken Crystals and the Girl Who Knew Too Much. And it is on Amazon.com, so not on Amazon.nl. I already searched for it. It's only on...
Or they can email me and I can send them a signed copy.
Hey, look at that, dear people. So, title, The Land of Broken Crystals and the Girl Who Knew Too Much. The book is available on Amazon.com. And I also saw an e-book, a Kindle version. Huh?
Yeah. And again, if they want a signed copy, they can email me and I'll give them a discount too. I think it's $24.95 on Amazon, and I'll send it. I'll sell it for $19.95 with my signature.
And what is your email address?
What about the Love New Earth? You have that one, right? Love
Yeah.
New Earth at Tunato, however you spell that.
The love. Yeah, love.
Do you want me to?
Love New Earth.
Yeah. Do you want me to send it in the chat that we have?
It's a tuta mail. Well, it's Love New Earth. That's it, huh? At tutamail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I have it.
Yeah, and they can get. Boy, my computer is so slow today.
Oh, I put it in the mail. I put it in the chat already. And,
Okay.
And people
All
can
right.
always also reach out to me. So then I will
Is
also.
it N? Did you do NATO at the end? Because there's like two spellings.
Again? To where?
It's Tutanato.
Yeah, but Tutanota is no longer there. Is no longer the case. They use tutamail.com. So Tutanota has changed into Tutamail. But
so I still use the old one, but I guess they can use the new one, right?
Yeah, I will check. I have the mail here. So okay.
Yeah, I can't even get to my mail. The computer's running so slow.
No problem. I have now great internet, so that's great.
Yeah.
I look you up. It's no problem. Search. I only hope that the people have some patience to before we go out to.
They made it this far.
We did it. It's amazing. Okay. Contacts. Okay. Wait. I am in the mailbox, so it's on the way. But I think I did write it down. Mail.
Okay.
Yeah. Dip. Where is it? Well, I will write it down later on underneath the YouTube video. Otherwise, I think I also am fulfilled. Tineke Jessie says, thank you for your stories, ladies. Thank you so much, Tineke Jessie, for joining. A long evening because you were already there in the Dutch. And Eliza John says, Elizabeth, you should look up the Imagination podcast. Lots of interviews with SRA and MKUltra survivors. Well, that's a great tip. I found out that she follows me on Twitter, so I followed her back, the channel. It's nice, huh?
Yeah.
So
I really like Emma. She's great. She's fantastic.
Yeah. Sunbeam Sting says, much love, everybody. Have a great weekend. I will, before I go, also go to my Facebook because I'm live there too. But it's Lily. Lily is there too. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you so much for joining. Oh, I really let you go now, Jane, because I'm almost okay. All right, I checked.
All right, Facebook. And everybody, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be interviewing her next. So you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, and it's nice to check because our count, our subscribers count goes parallel to each other. So when Jane has now 223 subscribers, and I have that too. It's really funny, Jane. It's really funny.
It is.
Yeah.
They're trying to make sure we don't tell too many people about this, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's very interesting that it happens, and also counts for my channels. Please subscribe and also like.
Yes.
Duim omhoog, like. That's Dutch for thumbs up. And it is, sadly enough, the algorithm which, in case of Jane and mine, I don't doubt that my subscribers number is kept low, because I did do a check, by the way, Jane, today in the late afternoon, looked up your name, and on the YouTube search, you were not the first I saw, and I am even following you, so that's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's for me a sign. I never did it with my
Oh,
own
yeah.
channel, but it's fine. But in this way, I
Oh.
ask again, please, dear people, if you like to support us, follow us, subscribe, and well, I will be the next guest, I think, at Jane's
Yes.
channel. You will hear
All
from
right.
us and the next
Yes.
steps in the project. And well, I leave now some words for you, Jane. You want to say some last words?
I gave my goodbye about a half an hour ago. I'll have to do it again, I guess. I know. I just said I was honored to be the recipient, and then I thought that was going to be my exit. I'm so,
Oh,
but
that's typical
every,
me. Typical me. I cannot say goodbye.
well, that well, I mean, we're approaching 2 hours, and that's generally how our conversations go. But just everyone, stay tuned. This is going to be a blockbuster, and we hope it's going to help save some children. The book. So lots of love to everyone.
Thank you so much,
I'm
Jane. We talk
signing
soon.
out. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, dear people, again, thank you so much. Also, am tired, fulfilled, very grateful, again, very grateful for that you have joined me in this live stream. And of course, Jane, thank you again. So, dear people, wish you for in the Netherlands good night's rest, and see you next time. By the way, in case of the live streams, I don't think I am capable of going every Saturday live, but I will promise that I will go live regularly. And so check my social media regularly, then I keep you updated. And about, of course, the book and the amazing project of what Jane is doing, the writing of the book. So Sunbeam Sting says, so glad to see you live again. Yeah, it's wonderful to be live again, and I love it. So I love to be back and see you all next time, and wish you all love, much love, and enjoy too. That's very important. So, dear people, see you next time, and bless you. Much love. Bye bye, everyone. Bye.